Sungwoo asks her if she is sure that they spotted a real dragon. Chairman Love says that their information is correct. The truly fortunate thing is that horrifying creature does not seem to have any intention of leaving the Amazon for now. In fact, Brazil used to be a stronghold of powerful player guilds not too long ago, especially in some southern city. A guild had as many as 10 players over level 20. Sungwoo is thinking that it is quite a feat since in the Korean server only Sungwoo and Han Kang-seok have reached that level. Sungwoo says that it's an unbelievable number, and if her information is confirmed. Chairman Love informs him that they were in shock as well when they first encountered it, but in hindsight it was an obvious fact. Monsters endlessly poured out from the massive dungeon that is Amazon. The players in there hunted monsters daily in order to survive. Sungwoo is thinking that it makes sense. Their conditions are complete opposite of the east coast of United States, which became soft in its favorable environment. Chairman Love further informs him that even those players were wiped out just a week ago. According to the delegation sent to Rio de Janeiro, a coalition of 13 guilds, totaling 2,800 people, went on an expedition to eliminate the source of the monsters in the Amazon. Sungwoo says that they must have incurred the wrath of the dragon, but Chairman Love corrects him by saying that it was not wrath but retribution. Brazil and all of South America vanished overnight. Watching the flames in the southern sky, we could only pray that those flames would not cross over, and after witnessing that scene they got this quest. The name of this quest is the Worst Life Form. It's a eliminate or flee type quest. Its objective and rewards are unknown. The Americans have witnessed the disaster that scorches the earth. Its name is Dragon. Having eradicated all life form in South America, it returned to its nest and entered a dormant state. However, in 48 days, it will resume activity. Its next destination is your homeland, North America. You have two choices: recklessly face it or wisely flee. The dragon will destroy North America and then enter a dormant state again. When it resumes activity, it will move to a new region. It, as next destination, is East Asia. Chairman Love tells Sungwoo it is the hidden quest triggered by the Brazil server. Sungwoo is thinking that this is by no means someone else's problem. If left alone, it will reach Asia through America within 100 days, and it might grow stronger in the meantime. Chairman Love asks Sungwoo if he thinks that they can gain enough strength to stop it in the remaining 41 days, and Sungwoo says that he is not sure. They can only try, and Sungwoo is thinking that if we can't stop it, we might have to abandon America and regroup in Asia. Chairman Love says that the method they considered was the unification, and if Sungwoo has another method, whatever it is, they will support him as much as possible. The next day, Sungwoo arrives at the dwarf workshop since his item is complete. Master Hurst says that it almost drove him crazy, and it feels like the blood flowing in our bodies has turned into a shake, plus they are smelling super bad because of the overwork and no rest. Master Hurst hands over the gun to Sungwoo, and he asks him if he is satisfied with his work. This weapon is called Winter Predator. Its rank is unknown, and it's a player-crafted weapon. It condenses powerful cold energy to fire bullets. In single-shot mode, it fires 50 rounds per minute. In spread mode, it discharges 50 rounds at once. Its cooldown is 1 minute. Its description states that its default mode is set to single shot. Pulling the lever down switches to spread mode, and pushing it back up switches to single shot mode. The spread range is very wide, so be sure to check the surroundings before using it. The description was written directly by the creator. Master Hurst tells Sungwoo to give this weapon a try, and he has set up some dummies for practice. Sungwoo aims at the dummies, and he only uses a single shot. After watching it in action, Master Hurst and his workers are somewhat in relief since they did an amazing job making this horrifying weapon. In just a single shot, the whole area in front of him got covered in ice, and Sungwoo says that this weapon is incredible. Master Hurst proudly says that everything made by Hurst is either incredible or unbelievably incredible. At the same time, something major happens as a World Season Start notice pops up in front of everyone. World Season 1, Era of Encounter, War and Peace. To all players of the world, you have worked hard within your respective servers, and now we present you with a larger world. Are you a frog in a well? Or a butterfly yet to spread its wings? Are you friendly to outsiders? Or do you desire dominance and control? The world, not just the server, will decide your fate. From this moment onward, meet, interact, share, compete, and conquer the world. Another important notice pops up. To smooth interaction between servers, several rules have been established. Number 1. Each server can elect a server master. Every player on the server has a vote and can elect one player as the server master. Number 2. The server master holds the following authorities. Server master can form alliance relationships with other servers. More alliances result in various benefits. Server master can declare war on another server. The declaring side holds the initiative and selects the battlefield and event. Server master can concede to the opposing server, transferring all authority. The server becomes a colony and a portion of its gold income is automatically paid to the opposing server master. Master Hurst says that this is basically telling us to kill each other, and soon Sungwoo is going to get busy. After a few minutes, a meeting takes place. Chairman Love says that it seems our interaction had a significant influence on this new mainstream development. Of course, borders are slowly opening worldwide, not just because of us. Sungwoo is thinking that now quests are going to change depending on player actions and events. This world season is clearly designed to enrich global dynamics and conflicts. Now the age of exploration has come to this game. At the same time, a notification pops up informing everyone that the Egypt server has declared war on the Sudan server. This war will be broadcasted live on official channel number 1. Hanho is quite shocked since a war started so quickly, and Jisoo-yoon asks Sungwoo if their server should also declare war on China. But before she can elaborate, a notification pops up informing them that China number 1 server has declared war on the Korean server. This war will be broadcasted live on official channel number 2. Hanho says that it came in quicker than expected, and Jisoo-yoon tells him that they just seized the initiative. Sungwoo is thinking that it's not an unexpected development, but the timing is the main issue. Hanho says that they have a dragon to worry about, and Jisoo-yoon asks Sungwoo about what they should do next, and Sungwoo says that they can't avoid it since they already declared the war. He is thinking that he will just take it as an opportunity to grow. What we gain from this war might be the key to stopping the dragon. Chairman Love says that it's suffocating enough just preparing to stop the dragon, and now a war too. All we can do is hope for the victory of the Korean server. Sungwoo asks her if American support in this war is not possible. Chairman Love says that as allies we do like to help, but our situation is not great either. We need to keep nearby servers in check, and our internal issues are not fully resolved yet. Sungwoo says that he understands it quite well, and he will contact her after the war ends. With that being said, Sungwoo opens the return portal to the World Tree. Back in Suwon Town, some airships can be seen flying in the sky. Spearman Kyungsoo informs Sungwoo that including the 7 repaired airships and the 2 they received as rewards, they have a total of 9 airships. They have a good quantity of siege weapons, combat supplies, and transport equipment. All forces of the World Tree faction have completed preparations for war, and he asks Sungwoo about what should they do next. Sungwoo orders him to send a message to the entire server. This time it won't end as a defensive war. Sungwoo is thinking that even if they fend off the invasion and counterattack, it would only delay the time for their next invasion. The Hwarang Guild and the Hunter Company were the first to respond to their message. Liberation Guild and the Capital Region forces are also preparing for war. Beyond the major factions, contacts are coming in from all over the country. There are quite a few guilds offering gold and items in addition to troop support. Hanho's father says that it looks like the declaration of war has really riled people up, and Lieutenant Kim says that our country comes together whenever something like this happens. Another congratulatory message pops up. Sungwoo has been elected as the first server master of the Korean server. Sungwoo can now determine various policies on behalf of the server. Hanho says that Sungwoo finally became the end boss of the Korean server, while Jisoo-yoon says that Sungwoo's shoulders just got heavier. Sungwoo never wanted this position, since it's a position with more responsibility than glory. Another notification pops up informing them that the enemy Chinese server has gained the initiative through their declaration of war. The opponent is currently selecting the war method battlefield events. The war will begin 24 hours after the selection is finalized, as the server master Sungwoo can choose to surrender. Caution in this case, your server becomes a colony of the opponent. Sungwoo says that even as server master, I can't make decisions since we don't know what methods they will choose. Lieutenant Kim says what is certain is that the one with initiative will choose a favorable battlefield. Hanho's father asks if it means that they might be dragged to China and it will be his first overseas trip to China. Sungwoo says that right now they need information. Spearman Kyungsoo informs the Hunter Company and the Liberation Guild about this request, and they start working on it. In a few minutes, the Hunter Company and the Liberation Guild sent over the necessary information. According to the info, 9,000 troops are gathered in Beijing. There is a possibility of further reinforcements. The surviving Japanese Kyushu United Army on the Okinawa server is operating as pirates, and they have been recruited by the Chinese server. Meanwhile, Admiral Baker's fleet was found in the Yellow Sea, and it's presumed they made contact with a Chinese container ship. Hanho's father angrily says that there are now enemies on all sides, and Spearman Kyungsoo says that the Siberian hunters might also get involved in the war. Sungwoo says that on the other hand, this is a chance to clean their house in one go. No more than cleaning, we need to drain them dry, and Sungwoo is thinking that otherwise they will just die to the dragon in the end. A notification pops up in front of everyone informing them that the opponent has selected the war method battlefield. The battlefield will be in Suwon, Seoul, and Busan. This event is division and convergence. Number 1. The battlefield is divided into 3 areas and battles will occur simultaneously in all. Number 2. A powerful buff is granted to the entire server for each battlefield won. Number 3. A portal opens for the winning side to join another battlefield. Hanho asks about what this division and convergence means. Spearman Kyungsu says that the Chinese are assuming that they can win the 2 battlefields where Sungwoo is not present. They will gain strong buffs from the other 2 areas to take down Sungwoo at the end. Jisoo-yun says that they have smaller numbers, and now they further need to split them into 3 battles, and Hanho says that this is extremely unfavorable. A notification pops up informing them that battlefield placement cross-selection will begin in 12 hours. The deployed forces roster will be revealed to the enemy. Sungwoo is thinking that the worst of the worst just happened. Lieutenant Kim says that now the enemy will easily know where Sungwoo is going. He can't find a solution on his own. They will have to put their heads together with Hwarang Guild, Hunter Company, and the Liberation Guild. Sungwoo takes a little break in the mountains to think alone for a while. He barely made it this far, but it's so frustrating. Time is far too short and the situation feels overwhelming. Some scouts come to Sungwoo to inform him that someone is here to see him. He already told them that he wanted some time to think alone, but he still asks about the identity of the person who came to meet him. The scout presents a potato, stating that the one looking for him said that Sungwoo will recognize him after seeing this. After that, the scouts begin to go back as the visitor got the permission to meet Sungwoo. Sungwoo asks the king about what he is doing here. King says that the homeowner is here to protect his house. King says that he might be a little bit late, but Sungwoo must remain careful of those prying eyes. Sungwoo takes this cue to check if the creator is watching him right now, and he is off air for now, so he informs King that no one is watching right now. King tells Sungwoo to keep a close watch on this off-air status for now since he is going to tell him a strange and mysterious story. It would be troublesome if it gets leaked out. King shows off saying that he has a little bit of a sixth sense, and Sungwoo mocks him by saying that having sixth sense is truly a strange and mysterious thing. King informs him that last night he could not even sleep due to the voice of the god, and Sungwoo asks King about what the god said. King informs him that God said Sungwoo might win this war if he is lucky, but it also said that Sungwoo will definitely die to a dragon. Sungwoo asks him if it's a fixed prophecy or if there is a solution to change it. King says that he got an answer too. Sungwoo needs to offer small statues of General Shin and Admiral Baker's flagship to the World Tree. After that, King forgot what will happen, or he pretends if he forgot. Sungwoo gives off a killing intent and King tells him to calm down since he really don't know what will happen after that because gods just say what they want and stop there. But what's more important here is that Sungwoo needs luck to win this war before facing the dragon, so his kin in the Great Mountain Range will help Sungwoo and he will be Sungwoo's great fortune. At the same time, somewhere in China, Admiral Baker, Mr. Boris, also known as Tsar, and Elder Miyamoto are waiting for someone. The butler informs them that General Shin is coming out. General Shin greets everyone and he introduces himself as General Shin Liang of the Great Empire. First he mocks Tsar by saying that I heard you had a hard time hunting lately, but you seem healthy. He then says, Admiral Baker from America, your troops were cut in half, yet it's an honor to meet you. He then informs Elder Miyamoto of Kyushu that we will help you in rebuilding your organization. Everyone in this room shares one common desire. Everyone here wants to kill the Necromancer of the Korean server. Tsar says that he didn't lose to that guy. Just as he was about to rip him to shreds, some lunatic barged in and made everything complicated. Miyamoto agrees with him, saying that it's unfortunate that the Sword Saint lost, and that man who defeated the Tsar wiped out most of the remaining Japanese forces, which was a heavy blow to him. Thanks to him, Miyamoto also had to deal with the rampage of an unchained hunting dog. Admiral Baker says that he will make sure that his fleet obliterates the Necromancer beyond recognition, and he will reclaim those warships that the Necromancer stole from him. General Shin says that you all have a commendable approach. Using the declaration of war rules of this world season, all of them can achieve their goals. Tsar asks General Shin if that annoying lightning-wielding guy is not joining the war, and General Shin says that's what we need to ensure. The top-ranked man on the Korean server does not seem interested in events from the start. His past actions support that too, and his goal lies elsewhere. That guy is after the power of hell. Tsar says that you are correct as that guy rambled about the hell dimension when he attacked him. Last time Tsar was caught off guard, but next time he will surely kill him. General Shin informs them that their intelligence unit, which is comprised of rankers, tried to track him, but they could not find anything except that he wields lightning. In the end, their tracking team ended up being annihilated within 4 hours of tailing. In every combat scene they saw online, that guy won decisively, and there was no way to analyze him in detail. That's why the Empire considers him a top-risk target, and nothing is as dangerous as the unknown. However, there is one thing. Thanks to Tsar, they now know that he is pursuing the Hell Dimension. 3 hours ago, a 3-ranked gate of Hell was opened in Tunguska, Siberia. Tsar asks if that guy went to Siberia. General Shin says of course he would. A scroll for a 3-ranked gate of Hell is not something you can get so easily. Even if he knows it is bait, he will swallow it whole, since no one obsessed with Hell's power can ignore this. Tsar bursts up with confidence as he requests General Shin to match the Necromancer with the same battlefield as him. General Shin is thinking that according to the intel team, Tsar Boris is unmatched in one-on-one duels. General Shin asks Tsar about what kind of support would he need to win decisively. Tsar asks him to get him as many high-healing priests as he can. General Shin says that your method is simple, but it will be effective. General Shin is thinking that, according to the intel team, if that lightning guy had not appeared during the fight, then the outcome of that battle would have been different. Now with the priest's blessings, there won't be a more certain strategy than this. General Shin allows the Tsar to face the Necromancer while the rest of them will handle other battlefields. Miyamoto asks General Shin if his emperor is not joining the battle. General Shin says that our army is strong. This war will be easier than you think, and there is no need for the emperor to step in personally. After a few hours at the World Tree faction, all big factions of the Korean server are present at Suwon town. Hanho and his dad are amazed after seeing such a huge number of players who will fight alongside them. Spearman Kyungsoo informs Sungwoo that Gwangbuk Guild has 1441 members. Yui Jongbu and Paju Hunter Alliance have a total of 964 members. 1667 players joined them from Busan and other regions. There are a total of 321 survivors from the pirate island who came to return the favor. Sungwoo was not expecting the survivors he saved from the pirate island raid to come to his aid at the perfect time. Without wasting any time, Sungwoo and all high-ranking officials move to the meeting room. Sungwoo informs them that there are about 12 hours left, so they will start discussing the critical issues. He first asks them about how they should allocate their forces. Gang Yun Lee says that Suwon's barriers and walls are complete, so maybe it can hold with minimal forces, but An Gu refutes it by saying that it's the most crucial stronghold, and what if the enemy targets it with a concentrated attack? Some players say that they should split the airships as well, but the others think that it's a bad idea, and concentrating them in one place would be better. At the same time, Sungwoo is thinking that there is no right answer in this situation. A notification pops up informing them that the battle deployment cross-selection will begin shortly. Prosecutor tells Sungwoo to buckle up and make the final decision. A notification pops up asking Sungwoo to choose the first battlefield and forces from the Korean server. All of this thinking and confusion is making him nervous. There is no more time to think. Even without confidence, they must play the first card. At the same time, at the headquarters of the Korean Broadcasting Channel, the broadcaster got ready for their live commentary. Reporter Ahun informs the viewers that the moment of cross-selection is here. There are a total of 35444 people watching her Korea vs. China server clash. She informs her viewers that this war is taking place across 3 locations: Seoul, Suwon, and Busan. In cross-selection, the server master can reveal how many forces he is deploying and where they are being deployed. Her fellow host says that their server will be in a disadvantage since they need to reveal first. Reporter Ahun says that it is the worst situation and the system is too biased, so now she will start her biased broadcast as well. Her fellow host says that as part of the media, we should maintain impartiality, but reporter Ahun gets angry as she yells at him, saying that if we lose this war, we will become a colony and starve to death. What she is doing now is for the freedom of the press. At the same time, Sungwoo selects Seoul as the first battlefield, but the Korean forces in there seem to be few. Jisoo Yoon is placed there along with King of the Great Mountain Range and other 100 elite players. In response, the Chinese server deployed 4,000, including the Japanese Kyushu pirate group. Reporter Ahun slams the table as she wonders about how many times are these damned guys going to invade us. At the same time, her fellow reporter informs her that there are a lot of Korean forces deployed in Suwon. There are 9 allied units, various siege weapons, and countless troops, and it basically looks like a all-in strategy. But Sungwoo's name is missing from this list. Maybe it means that the Necromancer is defending Busan alone.